All right,
That
so
was
get started.
terrible.
we wasted 6 hours of our life.
6 hours? I don't think it's a waste. Okay, well, I guess we could start off with that. What would everybody give it as, like, out of 10?
Be 8 hours. Out of 10? Okay. Don't you want to do like names and shit?
I'm Parker.
I'm Josh.
Big Frank.
Yeah, that works.
Boom.
Okay, definitely a solid 6 out of 10.
That's respectable. I would say like a 7 or an 8.
That's where I'm at, like 7 or 8.
Yeah. I had some issues with it, especially toward I think the weakest parts. We'll get into it like this.
The weakest parts are the characters. That's just hands down.
I'm in the opposite thing.
What?
I think right. So my first note is the OPs are okay. That was my first thing I recognized.
Okay.
They're both pretty
First OP,
alright.
decent. Second OP, garbage.
Okay, also, I try not to base a show's opinion off of the OP, though.
It's just the first thing you notice.
Also, yeah, but the visuals on them, I mean, were good.
Yeah,
For the
that's the
opening.
second note, is that the art is unique and very pretty.
But also, the first OP does get ruined by that little screaming fit at the end.
Facts.
Yeah.
I mean,
Facts.
that
The
just
show,
doesn't, like,
the show
that
is
didn't need to
full
be there,
of
right?
a lot of things. And so that my third miscellaneous note is Mom and Sis just showed up and then left after episode 2.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got, well, okay, he does get back to him later when, like, Leaf comes back, or Leif.
Leaf.
Leaf, yeah.
Leaf?
Leif Erikson.
I'm gonna call him Leaf.
Leaf, sure.
Leaf Erikson.
Is it? That doesn't make sense.
I don't know.
Okay, anyways.
You know him, the
Yeah,
guy.
when he arbitrarily comes back, right, to bring more sequel stuff towards us. Yeah, that happens.
They have to get to Vinland somehow. And there's only
They
one
really-
guy who
They
knows.
really should have started the
Just-
name the prologue, like not quite yet Vinland Saga.
The British
Hey.
Isles saga.
Since we're discussing Leif Erikson, I'd like to point out that in my notes it does say Leif Erikson equals simp ?
And I like to say that in my notes it says Leif Erikson is not a simp.
And later on it says Leif Erikson equals Baka ? Because someone calls him that. So
Okay, well, yeah,
There's a
that's
lot
how
of
you,
baka
that's,
in
well,
it.
that's,
Very
I mean, that's
true.
how you just say idiot. There's
Yeah.
also a lot of damn.
just saying.
Okay,
There's a lot of damn.
okay, so I would get back to my character thing where I was trashing on
That's
the character.
what I have next,
There's like
yeah.
a character I like, and that's Thorfinn, because I like understand that.
You like
I
Thorfinn?
I
Thorfinn
actually
is my
like
least
Thorfinn.
favorite.
Well, because it's like he's one of the characters where it's like understandable, and like we've been through what happens with him,
Mhm.
but like his montage
Your dad
of
got
growing
shot
up,
by like 8 arrows?
Bro, yeah, okay. The amount of shit people survive and then die to in this show, very imbalanced.
Well,
Very
they're like
imbalanced.
legendary Viking heroes.
I get the
think that's what I'm trying to
shrooms,
get.
but like, come on.
The
There's-
The one Mario shroom.
but okay,
Mario
Thorfinn's training montage where he just says "damn" a lot and like doesn't and misses rabbits until he gets the rabbit.
Yeah, I remember we
is
were watching
so
that
much-
together, and he's just like, "You can't catch a rabbit."
I was totally right. I was
That's why he
totally
throws
right.
the knife.
He
Yeah.
throws the knife. That'll work. You're not gonna catch a rabbit with your effing knife.
Also,
I know
he's
that.
had like maybe a maximum of 3 knives the entire show, and then the end
And-
fight he pulls out like 7, and you're like, what the shit?
I didn't realize that.
He's
I'm
got
out
a-
of throwing knives. Apparently.
You had multiple.
Apparently, he found one set on the last panel.
He's just like a D&D character that loots everybody, and he just picked up random pack of Thor
Yeah,
knives.
I think about my two favorite. I liked Askeladd a lot, but I think
My
my favorite
boy.
character was actually fucking what's it? Thorkel. I like Thorkel a lot.
Yeah.
Just fucking ripped. Just I want to fight.
I hate Thorkel. He's my
Oh,
least favorite
so
character. Thorkel is the most single-minded, dumb fuck
Yeah.
they have ever invented. No, like, a character cannot be one-dimensional. That's just not
He's a side
good.
character. Side characters can be one dimensional, and he's like the
He
epitome
becomes
of a
major
Viking.
character. He's one of the main companions.
Yeah, but
And then he only becomes two-dimensional when he needs to be like a stern, like provide like a sort of insight into the situation. Like the only time he becomes two-dimensional is at the end where he's talking to Canute, where he's like, "You gotta step up now. Like this is your role." Like he's never shown anything, any sense.
I mean,
Of-
he's just a super stereotypical Viking, though.
he's like the epitome of Viking.
Even when he like morphs from a one-dimensional character to a two-dimensional character,
Like 2 seconds
he's
and it's
staying
useless.
he's staying in the role of like he's a Viking. He's representing just like super traditional Viking. What would a Viking say if a king just died and you have the prince there? You need to step up. That's what a Viking would say.
No.
Well, I think he just- I think he's
literally
also-
crazy the entire show. He wouldn't give a
I
shit
I
about
think
that.
he's only really in this alliance of characters to hope that he can fight wars.
He can fight
for,
wars.
Yeah,
Shit.
Canute.
Yeah, he wouldn't give a shit about the rest of that. Oh, sorry, language. But
I'll check the
also
box.
like, also how tall is this guy? Because a normal
Fucking
human
big.
guy is like 6 feet, and in like half
I'm
of the
sorry.
shots, he's
He
like
is
double
called like
that.
Thorkel the Giant. Or
Yeah.
whatever.
He's like double that though. He's like 12 feet. This man is
he's
massive.
Thorkel the Tall.
Yeah.
Let me-
Okay.
He,
And
he is
Thor's,
the tall.
Thor's
The troll.
The
The
troll.
troll,
That's
yeah.
right. Okay, that's just kind of lame for a great hero. That's kind of lame.
He also
don't
his
you
face
think?
is completely normal.
Yeah, his face is completely normal. It's rude.
I mean, it's got those two little like curls. You got the Superman.
Also,
curls.
what you
He
guys
also
think?
has black hair, which is odd for a
Yeah,
Viking.
I know. Like, fucks a blonde chick. Oh, sorry. Has sex with a blonde chick. Makes a really blonde baby. And a blonde daughter. Like, this man's got no genes involved there. Really short blonde kid. Really short blonde daughter. Like, this man. I feel like the mom just had sex with another Viking. Like, she might have cheated on him.
Thorkel.
Wow.
Even though he's her uncle. Even though he's her uncle.
Okay, this is just getting weird
Jesus.
now.
I'm just.
But also, what
I just
do you think
remembered
about
after I
Canute?
said it.
I thought
Canute the goat. Actually, no. Askeladd the goat.
Askeladd.
Askeladd the
Canute
goat.
is not as much of
You
a
just
goat.
like
I thought
Askeladd because he's Welsh.
in the very beginning.
That is true.
I like Askeladd because he's a good character, but it doesn't help that he's he also is Welsh, which is also I think is funny is that it's not about Finland, it's about Wales, England, and
Yeah.
then also the Orkney Islands and Scotland.
Wait,
But-
did they go to the Orkney Islands?
Yeah, that's where Thor gets killed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. They mentioned that in Pharaoh, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then no, but Canute really ground my gears in the beginning. I think he's kind of supposed to, but then in the end he kind of pulls back and you're like, it's a weird like philosophical thing with him and the priest, which I was wondering if it was like
Okay,
a
yeah.
bad
Oh, hey,
translation or something like that.
Well, I think it was just God shit, and they just tried to
Well,
pump
because
in
it
a
doesn't
lot
make
of
any
God
sense. Like
stuff.
the whole "what is love" thing
Yeah, that didn't make a
didn't make a whole lot of sense. So I felt like
Okay.
they were
I agree.
mistranslating
To be-
love for like peace or
Well,
something
no,
like that.
I feel like,
Faith?
no. I'm pretty sure it was love because a lot of it's like the Vikings like don't know like anything other than like bloodlust.
Mhm.
So I feel like part of it's like they're trying to find like what this Christian stuff means.
Yeah, but when the priest is lecturing about like how Ragnar didn't love him, when he kind of did
Yeah.
love him, it felt like a weird thing of.
Okay,
what
Ragnar-
did he say? He said he's.
Ragnar didn't really love him.
But yeah, but what was the word they used? They said he was like he discriminated against
Yeah,
you or
Yeah,
whatever.
he discriminated. Yeah, it was
It
discrimination.
was weird, and I was
Yeah.
like,
Okay, I feel like
is this
that might have
translating
been
right?
like a lost in translation, the discrimination.
Yeah.
Hey,
But like
I'd just like to
Ragnar
throw out
was not
that
a
the
good
priest-
like.
Conehead.
Priest
Yeah.
is a good character. I especially like the part.
He's also 23.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he is 23.
funny.
I always like the part where they ask him which god's best, his Christian god or Odin, and he's
Whichever
like,
has
whichever
liquor."
one made liquor.
Yeah.
I still think the best
Good
joke in
answer.
the entire series is right at the end when they assassinate fake Canute and they're gonna have to cut up in your dress. I knew it. This is a girl. I'm right here.
That's
And you're all,
such
"Ah."
a dumb scene in such a serious
Such
show.
an
It's such a
anime.
serious show, and of course they have to put in this dumb scene because it's anime. Like they can't keep their tone consistent.
I mean, Canute does look like a girl.
No, I know they already did that though.
Yeah.
They were like, this chick doesn't have balls, and then they found out that it was a dude,
Yeah.
and then they went on with their lives.
Yeah,
right?
but that was the like counter jokes, and then they cut over and they're like, it is a girl. And then no, it's still not a girl.
Okay, good. That's a
The
little-
old double take.
yeah, that was. I thought that was a little extra. That was kind of over
Yeah.
the top.
Leif Erikson, kind of minor.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
gonna,
I mean, he
he's gonna be.
disappears for like
he's gonna
half the
be a
show.
big character.
It's
yeah.
obvious that he's gonna be involved in the sequel when they actually go to Vinland. So okay, I kind of missed it because I might have fallen asleep during that part. But like, did Thorfinn actually finish off Askeladd, or did he just run out?
No,
when
he-
Askeladd was done.
No.
No,
Askeladd
he drops
died.
his knife, and then the knife's like sort of flipping, and then it shows like a bunch of scenes from
Yeah,
the
yeah,
show, and then it just cuts to ship.
Okay.
Well, there's like
Well, yeah,
other
but
stuff.
Askeladd's like,
ship.
I'm gonna die soon. Just
Yeah.
fucking kill me. And
Yeah,
he
and
doesn't
he's
do
like,
it. Yeah,
"Nah, nah,
no,
bitch."
you can't die.
I do.
Yeah. I don't know. I Thorkel gave me like young Anakin vibes, which it was like I'm okay with.
Thorfinn?
Thorfinn.
Yeah, sorry, Thorfinn. Yeah,
No, you're good.
and there's a lot of Thors.
There's
Also-
a lot of Thors.
Also, don't tell me out here that Canute
Toast.
is not trying to be like a mini Lelouch in like a really compact.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, starts
gonna
off as a
make
bitch without
paradise.
understanding everything, and then there's like a couple times where like shit hits the fan,
Was
and
Lelouch
then he's
ever
like,
really a
"I have
bitch?
to kill everything."
I'm not sure if
like,
I describe
need to-
Lelouch as a bitch.
No, Lelouch wasn't ever a bitch. Don't hate on my man's. But also,
Exactly.
You're the one who said it.
He also looks
Well-
like a man.
depends on
True.
your opinion of chins.
Oh, that's right.
They all have very feminine chins.
Mhm. Yeah, Askeladd is the other big character we haven't really discussed. I think he has 10 out of 10 arc for me. I really like him. I think he's a very good antagonist.
Yeah.
See, I wouldn't. I didn't say villain because I wouldn't call him a villain. I
No,
call him the
he's not a
antagonist
villain.
though.
Yeah.
So
But
he's
I mean,
like
he
a-
does do really fucked up
He's
stuff.
like a
murder all
fallen
like
hero.
that was the other thing. I
Murdered that entire village.
Yeah, I think on the second page of notes I just put in my final impressions like This show really is like not good PR for Vikings. Like Vikings aren't
I don't
cool.
think they're trying to be.
This
cool
is
PR.
like
Yeah,
everybody's just like
Vikings are kind of
raping and murdering everyone.
No, they kind of do that a lot.
I
There
mean,
was
that-
some rape in the show.
That's
though.
pretty
At least
fair,
that's
though.
fair.
Yeah, there was that one random. I think the only scene like it had like semi nudity was when they're like, "Oh, we could be His Highness has a house full of exotic girls," and it's like boom, hard cut to whatever
Harem?
lewd stuff. Yeah,
Oh,
and it's just
okay.
like okay,
Random, but no,
Right after you.
yeah. I mean, obviously, Askeladd's a dick. He's like just doing everything with his fucking
Go,
wants. But
go,
like, yeah,
go,
that's
go,
realistic.
go, go,
Mhm.
go.
Although I don't know. I'm still torn about Askeladd because it's like really, how much of that shit did he like really have to do? Although,
kind of true.
yeah, because you're just like,
I mean, he might be a dick, but he's our dick.
no, he's definitely not my dick. I'm sorry.
Torfin and I have here are my notes. Kind of annoying, interesting story. Ironically, the least interesting character, and I put he's kind of flat. And then even at the end, he's still the exact same guy screaming and trying to murder
To be
people.
fair, Thorfinn has like actually no development until the end when Askeladd dies, because he has development at the beginning, and then
at the end.
he has and then he's just the same dog
But
character
at the
for
end,
the entirety of the thing.
it's development is kind of. I mean, he's still screaming and wanting to murder people and tries to murder
Well,
somebody.
yeah,
and-
but I mean, Askeladd just died, and that'll change his because he's started. Okay, so the whole
I guess he's
fucking-
gonna go to
the
Vinland.
whole pigeon thing about like freedom or whatever. That's probably a what's it called, metaphor,
It's probably a
Image,
metaphor. yeah.
imagery
it
or
probably
whatever.
is.
But like, yeah, that whole shit. So I mean, he's starting to go like his own
Mhm.
way, but you're just like, come on now, like give the main character some more plot development, please.
Yeah. Floki. Everybody remember who that is?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's the Jorm's Viking dude.
Yeah, he's
who,
the actual
for
bad guy.
for
Yeah.
absolutely no reason decided to murder Tors.
Yeah, they never explain why
I-
he wants to
I
murder
think that's
Thor's-
because he wanted to be like the general of the army of England. That's why at the end they're like, "Who's gonna be the general of the army of England?" He's like,
No,
he's
he
flipping
did
his
kind of
mind.
freeze. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
he got
No.
kind of mind
Well,
blown.
'cause
there.
I was just
No.
wondering, because like,
But like they really never explained that. Also, get off
Yeah.
that game. Stop playing a game.
You playing a
On
game?
your
I'm
phone.
talking to.
No, that's so dumb.
Frank, wow,
We go out of our way. Come on, man.
you're the worst.
But yeah, no, Floki's kind of just ass and never explained. I mean, I guess he's probably gonna partake in the sequel.
Also,
I
for
imagine
an
so.
antagonist,
So
he
what is
doesn't
the-
really show up very often.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Well,
I
they're
understand
kinda-
that they
they're
have
the
antagonist
Askeladd
for, like,
taking-
okay.
yeah.
the marching through England is like 12 episodes.
Yeah.
Or like even
Yeah.
longer, actually. I'm pretty sure it's even longer.
I'd say the March through England is really the best part of the show. When he's with Askeladd.
It
they're
is,
just
but
doing their
Thorkel
stuff.
is the antagonist,
You go
and he's
from,
just
like-
dumb. He's literally just dumb. Like that is.
I
the
know, I like
worst
Thorkel as
antagonist.
the
No, but
antagonist.
I like the way it's set up because it's not like this character's dumb. It's like they have this unstoppable force following them. You already seen Askeladd wipe out
He
an
also-
army of 2,000 dudes with only 500, and he's chasing them
Thorkel.
down.
Thorkel,
Yeah.
yeah.
And so he's chasing them down, catching up, and then they have to like find ways to escape and get around because it's not like he's not. I mean,
No, I get the unstoppable force thing. I just hate Thorkel as a character.
I know,
I just
like.
hate
I think
Thorkel
he's
as a
consistent.
he
and I
works
think it
well
makes-
as the antagonist
You're
for that
able to
part
have creative
of a
solutions
chase
to
thing.
things and like interesting scenarios because he's so consistent on all he wants to do is fight and die.
Also,
Yeah.
anime does this thing that I hate, which is called the crazy eyes. Which
Oh,
is where
yeah.
it's so dumb.
Yeah,
like
I
when
remember that. It
some
hit me
character
too.
when they want to show that some character is like bloodthirsty or like
Yeah,
mindless,
like something
or,
should
like,
happen.
a
It's
rape.
like made them go into a rage.
Yeah, they get the
They're, like,
crazy
shaded,
eye.
yeah.
You know, like
I know this scene exactly what
good
you're talking about.
showing, like
Yeah.
good shows can portray that without doing the fucking crazy eyes.
Just the crazy eyes.
It's
yeah.
so dumb. It's like such an easy out. For
What about when
portraying
the
them
dude
going
took
crazy.
mushrooms though? I feel like the crazy
He
eyes
didn't
are
even do
warranted
crazy
for,
eyes.
for taking
Yeah,
mushrooms.
They didn't do crazy eyes for that. They do crazy
he
eyes
did
for like
white eyes.
psychological fucked
Yeah.
up stuff,
Not just like
not tripping.
Yeah.
fair enough.
He had the big white eyes.
Yeah, he had big white eyes.
Oh, that's right, his
and
eyes go blank,
blood
yeah.
veins or whatever.
I also have that in here. R.I.P. Bjorn.
Yeah,
Yeah, Bjorn-
Bjorn was actually. I still don't know what. Did they say why he followed Askeladd? Like, has his
Yeah,
backstory?
he
Yeah.
wanted to be,
He wanted to be his friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like how they met and stuff. Did they get? To, like,
No, they
No,
never
no,
got to any
they
of that.
never
All,
talked
all,
about how
all
he
you know
established
is
his
that
company.
his favorite thing is war and killing people, and he
Welcome
wanted
to
to be
Vikings.
friends with Askeladd. Yeah.
Mhm.
So there you go.
He's a Viking.
I feel like they definitely should have done more about that because Askeladd was obviously the most like the favorite character of the.
Yeah.
the
I
first
put
season.
that here too. That it should have been Askeladd's whatever
Like
season.
it really is Askeladd's season, and
Yeah.
they should have done more with the people surrounding him.
Yeah.
Although also those brothers, dumbest shit ever.
Oh, talking about
the two dudes who run off.
Yeah.
It starts with an A.
There's an Atlee.
yeah,
or
yeah,
Atlee,
Adelie or whatever.
and then,
And then
the other
some
dude
other guy.
is like a Thor.
I didn't mind
blank.
that. I thought that it was
I mean, they
a
had
good
to
way
have-
to show
yeah,
that Askeladd's like.
kind
kinda
of
mellowed
kind
out,
of a
yeah.
dick,
Well,
too.
no, he's not really. He like gives them some money. He's like, just don't kill anyone and go beyond.
Oh,
Like
okay.
go.
Yeah.
But also
don't
the fact
deal
that
with
he's
this
turning all
anymore.
the soldiers away.
That is true. but
Well,
they
that's
did
just
try to
because
betray him.
they're Vikings who were trained. Yeah, they're just like, I don't think he's gonna win this. Let's just betray him because Vikings.
Yeah.
They're also dumb because they're like, hey man, all our guys just died. We should go turn over to them again and try to do this again.
To be fair, they don't have any way of knowing that all their guys just died.
Didn't they know that they didn't take like any fucking prisoners from the 2000 that got like slaughtered?
They do know that. They don't know that the group that had already turned on them
Well, yeah.
had gotten killed.
Yeah, no, they don't know that much.
'Cause there's
The pe-
two
the-
rebellions
There's the people
there.
chasing the prince, and then yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, Thorfinn just got way too OP, way too fast. Like, just because you can throw a knife does not
Hey,
mean...
training montage, Josh.
Yeah, the power.
The power of the training montage. You're
The
underestimating
amount of
it.
wounds that Thorkel survives, there should have been so much more blood with that hand injury.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
when he gets his like the nubs.
Like,
of
they
his
don't
fingers.
have modern medicine. That shit doesn't just patch up.
I'll tell you what
like,
they did. They hit made something real hot and went. Gonna go ahead and
Probably.
cauterize those
Yeah.
fingertips.
I don't get Vikings. I don't know how they do that. That's, like, insane. Especially the gash through the hand. Like,
Oh yeah.
That was... Ugh. Yeah, that was just...
Also, his eye would have definitely.
Yeah.
his
fucking
eye,
killed him,
and then, yeah, and then he got cut in, like, the
No,
tendons
but he
a
just
bunch
got
of
an eye
times.
patch.
He did get an eye
Fixes all
patch.
problems right there.
Yeah.
Eye patch.
So who do you think is gonna return for the sequel out of the characters?
The mom and the
Definitely
sister,
Thorfinn,
Leif
mom and
Erikson.
sister. I
Okay.
would say.
Well, I think all of these established characters will
Yeah,
only come
all
back
of-
for
all
at
of
least
these
a season.
Cause,
That's fair.
Because obviously, the dude at the Hells of Yorm's Vikings, what's his name again?
Floki.
Floki. He's gonna get killed eventually.
Yeah, he's
I
gotta
mean,
get
he's
killed.
gonna be like one of
That
the...
was my thing. Or
He's
at
gonna
the
be one of the
very end, when
secondary antagonists.
Askeladd's like doing his whole death thing and giving him life advice, I was like, probably should have told him to be like, hey,
Killed Floki.
Floki hired me to kill your dad.
Yeah, that would have been a good.
But I guess
couple-
that doesn't go with Askeladd's like being like,
Methodology.
stop fucking chasing revenge, you stupid idiot, and just fucking
Yeah.
go on your way.
Yeah.
That would be.
That's a lot of big shit for someone who's just chasing revenge.
He's just trying to protect whales.
Yeah, he hates the Danes because they're trying to fuck up Wales, and he's like, no. And he's just chasing...
Ask a dad.
Askeladd.
Ask a dad? That's so bad. That's so bad.
Please
Stop
stop.
it. He's such a bad father figure to Thorfinn, too.
Mm-hmm.
But, like... No, Floki's gonna die because he's gonna be some secondary antagonist to Harold.
Oh, the brother?
The other brother.
The one that
Yeah.
they mentioned in passing. Oh, Harold's coming.
Is
he
that
here?
Harold Hardrada?
No.
I
Or
think
is-
Harold
was that the one
Hardrada
earlier?
Harold
No,
Hardrada's the Harold
No, it might
Hardrada's.
be. It's on the right time frame. Harold Hardrada was the one who fought 1066, so that's roughly like you're
Yeah.
getting kind of.
Hold on, let me Google if he was Canute the Great's brother.
Oh, yeah.
Because this would be some research that we probably should have done before.
Probably.
Yeah.
Hey, you've got a phone.
Harold Hardrada.
See, now we
Where did
just
my
now
phone
we just
go?
don't continue
Oh,
the
it's on here.
conversation, and I'll cut it.
So
There
it's
you go.
Harold the Second.
Okay.
So he's a bitch. He dies.
So hey, he doesn't
Spoiler alert.
get he doesn't get anything. Other than that, I did enjoy that it kept relative relative historical accuracy for especially in anime.
yeah, Wilder. I was hella betting that Canute was actually a girl because I didn't realize
Did
like
you-
it was historically.
Yeah.
But
Was he
then-
historically very feminine?
I don't know, but I was like, he's Canute the Great, the king of Denmark, Norway, and
Yeah,
England.
that's all I knew is that he was the one who established the Danelaw or whatever.
Oh, was he really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like the one that finally the Saxons get their dicks pushed in and they're old Canute.
Canute.
I like how they talked about the Romans and being such like a
Canute.
great empire that was miles ahead of them, like
Mhm.
in empireness and like administration. Like it was like a great empire that we couldn't. And that kind of got me thinking, like, really, how far did they fall from like the Roman Empire to the Franks and shit that followed?
This is not a history podcast, but
No,
I mean, this is a
I know, but
history-
in the show, like
that's
Yeah.
fair.
even too, like it falls from like the Romans.
Also, I thought it was kind of interesting that they're not really Welsh as much as they're like Roman
Celts?
Welsh. Yeah, they're
Well,
like
they're
they have
Celt.
like he has a Roman name.
Does he?
Or,
Yeah,
or at
at
least
the
the fake
end.
name he comes up with. He's like, my name
Yeah.
is Lucius.
Lucius Artorius, something or
Yeah.
other, yeah.
Well, it's Artorius because
King
King
Arthur,
Arthur,
and
yeah.
that's
Yeah, I
Welsh.
guess he is Roman though. Kind of. That's what it sounds
Well,
like, right?
Well, so
And then he also has that whole spiel
What
where he's
they're
like,
talking
the Romans
about
gave
is-
it to the Celts and
Yeah,
blah,
yeah.
such.
He's really adamant
Yeah,
about
yeah.
Welsh history.
Yeah.
Totally
Well,
no
that's why Big
Boudicca
Frank
and
likes him so
murdering
much.
Yeah.
all the Celts and then giving them stuff.
Yeah.
no, Welsh, at least the modern day Welsh people are the Britannians.
Mhm.
So that part's true. I don't know how much the Roman connection with
Well, I was just saying it was interesting that they don't have like, well, he's not like, my name is Griffith, Welsh. It's like Roman.
4 Ys.
Also, big part of the show, religion.
Yeah,
Big part of the show. Big part of
Which
the
is
show.
Can we take a second to talk about God, our Lord and Savior?
sure.
Okay. Well, I mean, I didn't really
You're
have
talking
that
about the
much to say.
show's take on God or
Yeah.
George's take on God?
No, I'm not. I'm not trying to like, fucking
Proselytize?
Yeah, proselytize you out here. But like,
Yeah.
my God, that was so intense. The amount of Jesus in that
There's
show.
there's a lot of
Especially coming from anime.
But
Like, you
it's-
don't expect that.
It's also not. They don't necessarily portray Christianity in a positive light either.
kind of pussies.
Yeah, like because Canute just is like, God has forsaken us. I have to do it myself.
Sorry, Canute only gets good when he says,
Yeah.
God is stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, it's not really portraying Christianity in a great light.
no,
it's
portraying
just
Christianity as a bunch of pussies.
yeah, but it's
And
very
then-
heavy on the Christian imagery and
Well, and then it also portrays all the Norse guys as a bunch of dicks because all they
Like
care about is war and
bloodthirsty
shit.
monsters, yeah.
And so all the people who are Arthur are Celtish. Celt believe in the Celt mythology.
Well, no, they're all
Yeah,
Christians.
Celtic
They're all
mythology?
Christian.
Well, now, but
Well,
like
I think then they still were too.
really
I-
because they were talking all about King Arthur. I guess he was Christian.
I think that's
wasn't he?
like a kind of a cultural legend more than a religious one.
yeah.
But
There was an interesting comparison though when at the end, or near the end, when Askeladd is like, I don't care if it's
I'm tired of
Avalon,
Arthur or
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Arthur or the like
Valhalla.
no.
Valhalla. What?
What are you talking about? Do you
I
not
don't know.
remember the scene?
No, not in the
He
slightest.
says,
He says I don't care if it's Artorius,
no.
Ragnarok, or
No, I think heaven
Or
heaven,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
heaven
Final
or-
Judgment.
yeah, Final
Yeah,
Judgment.
Final Judgment.
I just wish it would come
Mhm.
quicker.
Yeah,
Essentially.
I think it was. I mean, I'm not the most well versed in my Arthurian legend, but is that like the actual legend? Is that he's just chilling in Avalon across
Not in
the
the
sea,
slightest. I'm pretty sure
where
he's
he's
done.
supposed to come over
What?
and kill people?
No,
Pretty sure he's done.
no, he's in Avalon and he's gonna return.
I don't think he's supposed to return.
When did he leave?
He
He
got killed by
died.
Mordred. Yeah.
He got killed by
Did
Mordred.
he leave his sword in the stone?
No.
No, he picked up the
It-
storm from the stone.
Didn't he return to the lake?
He gave it back to the lady in the
returned to
lake.
the lady in the lake. Yes.
Yeah, because he dies by the tree or whatever.
yes,
And
that is correct. But I think he
who
is
is it
in
that goes
Avalon
to
such
him?
return.
Somebody goes to him. Fuck, I don't remember. This
Pop
isn't
quiz.
this isn't a mythology podcast
Yeah.
now. Let's get on. Let's get on with our topics.
But
like,
yeah, the whole religion thing, it really made me think that it might have been a mistranslation because of like the Japanese believing in like the everything has a spirit kind of stuff, and that kind
I
of
mean, I don't think there's that many of them that are still like actually.
Well,
Shinto,
yeah,
though.
I just think that was kind of maybe what they were like trying to communicate, maybe with all the like the
King
snow
Arthur's
is
messianic
love.
return is an aspect of the legend of King Arthur, the mythical 600
Oh
years
god, there's a
king.
fact check.
Nah,
There you
nah,
go.
nah, nah.
Anyway, but it's like when they're like the snow is love. This dead guy is love. All these people are love. I was
This
like,
dead guy is.
I'm not sure if they were
love.
trying to say love or maybe like peace
I think
They
or
might-
harmony
I
or something like
I
that.
think love makes sense. It's just they're dumb and shit.
I also think they're. I think
It's
they're taking it
well-
in a very Christian way, where it is God's love.
Well, it's not
Because
even-
this is coming from the priest. The priest is the one who's saying it.
But he-
this is God's love.
He's also a
not
drunkard.
actual
That's true.
love. This is God's love. God has given us this.
But he also talks about how, he very peacefully gives up his body and, sacrifices everything and is just being very generous.
That's just super Norse.
Yeah, it was just weird where I was like, I'm not sure if love is the right word, but... I don't
Yeah,
know.
they used a lot of shit that was like dumb, kind of. But like, I mean, that's part of the reason I gave the show a 6 out of 10. It was really hard to watch the pre-scenes just because he
The
was
priest.
obviously a drunkard and just rambling off random stuff that doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Because he ends the show with like a drinking contest with all the
Yeah, and he doesn't
warriors?
show
Oh,
up
yeah,
anymore,
he has
yeah.
53
Yeah,
bottles
that's
of
the end
whatever.
of that's the end of the show for him, and you're like, what? Okay, I guess is he gonna show up in the next seasons?
I don't
Hey,
think so.
drunk
I mean-
priest is a classic archetype, though,
That's
Josh.
true.
Yeah, I know. It's so
I think he'll.
cliche, so to speak.
I think he'll probably be like the most minor of things. In with like whenever you see Canute, he might be like hanging out. But
Also, so speaking of cliches, let's see. Adoptive father figure, cliche.
adopted father figure who also is kind of bad and
Yeah,
dies.
who was a bad guy and sets like a bad model for the guy. Cliche. Drunkard father, cliche. Kid who doesn't know what's up until everybody needs him to stand up and then, pulls his dick out of his pants.
Is
Cliche.
that Canute or is that Torfin?
That's
Yes.
That's Canute. No,
Yes.
it's Canute. Torfin is the angry kid cliche.
He's the Anakin.
Mindless dude who just doesn't give a shit about anything other than wrecking the protagonist's life.
Yeah.
Cliche.
Mm-hmm.
The Torkel.
Torkel?
Yeah.
I don't think he
That's a
wants to.
Pokemon.
Thorkel likes.
Yeah, he likes Torfin.
He likes Thorfinn.
He doesn't
yeah.
want to ruin. He just wants
It's
to
not
have a
about
good
ruining
battle.
him. It's just about fucking everything up, basically
Mhm.
battling everything.
He's
right?
like the chaos guy.
yeah, he's
chaotic
the
neutral.
cliche chaos guy.
He just likes to fight.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know.
I
I understand Vikings are like that, but they portray a lot of the mindless Vikings like that, and they don't need a captain that's also like that.
Yeah.
Also, I'm pretty sure a lot of the captains in the ranks weren't actually mindless, like in the Norse ranks, weren't really the mindless Valhalla guys
Mm-hmm.
that the soldiers were. They
Yeah.
were the guys who tricked the other Norse into being
Like
It's not even
Askeladd.
that. I think
Yeah.
historically,
Yeah,
like
historically, Askeladd was probably the most realistic type
yeah,
of captain.
I say like the Norse.
And Floki, I guess.
The Norse
yeah.
get the rap of Christians writing all the books and be like, we're getting obliterated, everybody's dead, when they're
Yeah.
like. I mean, they were pretty good traders. They kind of like sailed around. Like, not everybody was like, "I'm gonna go burn down that church."
A lot of them were though. I mean, I'm not saying
There's
like
a decent
I'm not saying like the Norse were good because I mean
Mhm.
they did.
I mean,
did rape and pillage.
If we're talking about like around the time of 1000, if someone's burning down a church, it's probably the Vikings.
I mean, honestly, you got like a 50-50 shot. The Germans. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it could just be really anybody.
Could just be random
Germans
tribes.
are probably already Christianized by that point.
I don't know. I have honestly lost track. of
All I know
history
is that
for
in the
period.
1400s, they still had to do crusades into like Livonia and that area.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
not
they've
very-
been. They were like. They
Mhm.
were Slavic. What is it like? Romanov. Like there's, like-
Romano-Slavic.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I was saying Romanov like the dynasty, but like yeah, no, they were some other religion for a while. It's
Yeah.
just- yeah, honestly, I feel like I mean the religions. I guess it kind of had a part, but when they brought it into the show, I was just like, why is this?
I
Like,
think
why is this
it
prince
definitely
being
picks some
Christian?
interesting themes to like pick as its ones as it rails on revenge a lot, and being like
Yeah, that's its big theme is like revenge is bad and it doesn't pay out.
that you can't let it whatever dominate your life.
Although Thorfinn team seems to have a good life.
I mean, he does get really big shook when he's all, what are you gonna do after this? He's all, fuck. I don't know what
he's gonna go to Vinland.
No
To
clue.
be fair, so what are they gonna do now? Hunt down Thorfinn? Like he's been pardoned by Canute, right? So if he goes to Vinland, is it just gonna be like 2 episodes where they arrive and then he's like, green? And
Well,
then they
I
live
think
happily
They're
ever
gonna fight a bunch of Native Americans.
Oh God, not again.
Yeah, I think it's probably going to be some sort of, because they've really harped on that, Vinland is untouched and no slaves, no war, no nothing. So they're going to find it, start building something there, and then it's going to be like, hey, knock, knock. We're here to fuck up your town.
Knock,
it's me, Floki. I'm still
Yeah.
pissed.
I don't think they're gonna make it to Vinland in the first
I think
go.
they'll make it to Vinland, and then they're
Because
gonna
I mean,
like
it's
that's
like
at
the
least good.
Vinland
That's
Saga, right? So that's an end goal, right?
true, but that's got to be at least like a part. I mean, in the Vinland
How long
Saga,
are you gonna go
the
with a
saga
show
in
called
Vinland.
Vinland Saga before you get to
That's
Vinland?
true. I think they'll probably get there in the next season. I maybe at the end, but definitely sometime. Got to get there eventually. But I think that's probably gonna be maybe the end arc of him basically trying to defend his new paradise of not gonna do anything or whatever.
Maybe I don't feel like they're like the type of people for paradise. Also, yeah, how is he gonna reunite with his family?
Well, apparently he and Leaf are gonna just
Find him.
You're gonna sail on up and say,
Okay.
"Howdy, guys! I
So-
know
so
mom's
you-
sick or whatever,
Alright.
and you're traumatized."
They're definitely gonna kill the family. Almost definitely. I mean, he's just
Maybe
gonna
the
have
mom. I
everybody
think the
die.
sister's gonna like.
Yeah, the sister's the strong few. Okay, I also hated the scene where she started overworking herself because of her dad's death and her brother's disappearance, and then everyone's like, "It's okay."
Just trying to
It's
ignore her
okay.
feelings, and then
Yeah, that's
No.
so well. That's so overdone. The whole overworking person to compensate for their loss. That's so overdone. Like,
people do it, and she did lose both her
Her
dad,
dad and her brother.
and her brother.
And her mom is sick.
And her mom is like
And they live
bedridden.
in Iceland.
That is fact.
No,
And
she
she's
has
a
to do that.
woman. Yeah.
But like, do they
Dang.
really have to go through the whole like? It's okay. It's okay.
The biggest rip.
It's okay.
Whatever happened to the guy who asked if he could marry her? And
Which
then-
one?
No, the main one. The one they
The
go to name
first
after.
guy. The first
the guy that
Yeah.
probably came
I-
back because
yeah.
Thor saved everybody. And
Yeah,
she didn't get
and then he
married.
came back. Where is he? We never got that. That's the plot resolution. 0.
He got killed by the many noblemen that apparently appear at their shores.
Yeah, just rocking
What
out.
is that? What was that dude from the first episode that never came back?
Oh, the
the
guy on the
other
other side of the
Viking, yeah.
mountain. Oh, yeah, the one with the slave.
It was like something deer, right? It was like.
Well, yeah, I think it was something deer.
Anyway, it doesn't matter because he never shows back up again.
That's true.
Talk about
Also,
okay.
also
the whole,
the slave doesn't really have any relevance other than it's like,
this whole like freedom thing, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy this man. He'll
Although
die
they just
free.
go back to buying and selling slaves later, and they don't give a shit about it.
Yeah, well, not Tor's. Tor
Yeah.
gets
They
killed.
also had that one. They had
Tours
that one episode where they do sack the city and kill everybody, and that one girl with red hair escapes.
I
and
put
then
that on
she's-
here too.
And then
Yeah,
she's
where
like,
they kill everyone.
"Oh no, God, what happened? Oh
Mm-hmm.
God, no!" Like,
Yeah, I put Rip Tors, Rip Bjorn, Rip Askeladd, Rip Slave Girl Double, Rip 2 English random girls who get raped and pillaged / Vikinged.
Vikinged.
Yeah, and that was like, because they give them like a 5-minute sequence after the episode where they get all destroyed. Like that chick, there's one that dies out in the snow or whatever, and it's like, why, God, have you done this? Or whatever. And she starts talking about God
Oh, did
again.
she die in the snow?
And then she like she either gets picked up or she just passed out in the snow and you never see her again.
There's the one that's
No.
staring at the northern lights. The episode ends, and you're just like, "Why?"
Yeah,
She shows up
there's
later.
two. Because there's one that passed out in the snow, and then there's one who talks a lot about God. Because one is the one who's
The one who talks
okay.
a lot
They
about
both talk
God.
about God, but one talks about I stole the ring or whatever.
The
I'm
one
a
who stole the
sinner.
ring lives,
And
and she shows
tells-
up later because
she
she
tells-
tells the English.
Yeah, and she
where
goes in the
they
bar,
are.
and that's her little 5-minute scene afterwards. And then after that, she's done. And then there's the other redhead who's whatever, ogling the Northern Lights and stuff.
Wait, no, that's the same person.
Is it?
The ring person is the one who's ogling the Northern Lights and is like, "Oh God,
I just remember there was
it felt so
there was
good
one at
when
the
I
very
stole the
end.
ring."
There was one at the very end
Oh,
that
maybe.
was like a redhead who talked about God a bit, and then it's like we're on our way.
There's just a lot of God, and I feel like they have too many messages already. They should just kind of like tone down a bit.
Mhm.
Honestly,
Yeah.
dock 2 points for that. That's now an 8 out of 10.
Talking too much
Yeah,
about God.
docking a point for Thorkel's character entirely.
Torkel. I like Torkel. I think he's pretty
funny.
funny, and
He was funny.
I think he's a simple man. You know,
Oh, also okay.
he just want to smash.
also
Not
the
every
comedic- they-
character
they-
in your show can be a
Well-
three-dimensional character.
Well, no, but the main character can. Like, one of the main characters can. And also, they have plenty of characters who are one-dimensional who I'm not complaining about. Like, the brothers,
Oh,
and, like, just
Akili
and Bjorn.
and
Like,
Leonard.
Bjorn doesn't get that much other than, like, he just wants to befriend Askeladd and does everything. Like, I'm not
loyal
complaining
number
about
two.
that. Because at least they uphold it. But, like, Thorkel, they're just, like, you can tell that they want to make more from him. And then they try to, and then you're like, yeah, never mind, just make him
I think
crazy
Thorkel's
again.
more about like the interesting character interactions with Thorfinn, where
I
he's
think
like,
Thorkel's
"I'm
trying-
your great uncle,"
He also- yeah.
and
I think
He gives you
Thorkel's
I know
supposed to be, like,
background.
comedic relief.
that too.
But he's very bad comedic relief. Like it doesn't.
I
It
thought
never made
Thorkel
me,
was funny.
It never
I thought he
made
was
me
funny
really
too.
laugh that much.
I mean, I wasn't dying, but I think that
Well, no, it's a pretty serious show.
yeah,
They're
I
not
think-
gonna.
I
Just...
think his job was mostly to basically be the connection for him and his dad, give more backstory to his dad, and all
provide the
that.
antagonist who chases them.
Yeah, like he's like that.
Switch sides to Canoe.
Well,
he did
yeah.
a lot of things.
That-
Really.
That's like the anime trope or whatever. Is like the bad guy who's like, you know what? I like you. I would
Yeah.
like to sign up. But
that kind of sucked.
I don't know. I liked Thorkel.
I like Thorkel too. I thought he was. I don't I actually
He's
don't
not the
think he's a
greatest
one-dimensional character.
Does that mean I'm voted off the island?
No.
No,
Okay, good.
I think he's kind of like Han Solo, where he's maybe you can call him 2-dimensional, where he has just enough substance to make him feel like a character, but when you dig too deep, then you're gonna be like in the first Star Wars, you're like, oh, he just wants money. He's kind of a swashbuckling kind of guy, and this is
He
kinda,
doesn't even want money.
This guy wants to either die and go to Valhalla,
He just
or
wants to die and go to
be
Valhalla.
be the greatest. Whatever, he wants to figure out how to be a true warrior. That was the other thing that he
Yeah.
was mad that his half brother.
He's gonna be so
Odin.
pissed when he learns that being a true warrior is fighting with your fists and not killing anybody.
But no,
He's
it's
gonna
just
be
not
so
using,
mad.
It's just not using a sword, and he uses axes.
It's true.
A
That is true.
A true warrior doesn't use it or doesn't need a sword. You need axes.
Hey, that means Thorfinn's got it down too. He's got
The
2 little
daggers,
knives.
yeah, the
no,
daggers.
What
not
is-
a
What is
sword.
a knife if not a small sword?
I'll hook you with my small sword.
A long needle.
A long needle.
Yeah,
It's more of a wide needle.
Yeah.
It is more of a
it's
wide
kind
needle,
big
but
needle.
but hold a needle up to a dagger and tell me one isn't longer than the
That's
other.
true.
Exactly.
Would you like to read some more of your notes?
Okay, I got you. All right. In the very first episode,
Laundry.
Parker brings up Sheepcoon, who makes repeated reappearances on the
That is
show.
true. There are a lot of sheep.
There's a lot of sheep.
This
I
best
mean-
girl, sheep.
A lot of sheep.
Sheep.
A lot of sheep.
Sheep is the best.
Yeah. I also said Thor's big tsundere, which I think is true.
He's not. He's
Wait,
just a silent guy.
The dad?
Yes, the dad. I mean, he doesn't. Well, bruh, he never even tells the kid he loves him. He's just
Yeah,
like
he
chilling.
does.
Even when he does it. Even when he's dying.
I think when he's dying, he's like, don't murder people. I love you. I think that's what he says.
I don't think he
Don't
says I
murder
love
people?
you. Yeah.
Yeah, don't murder people. I love you. It's pretty much what he says. That's summarized. He's like,
Close
Be a
enough.
good guy.
yeah, just don't seek revenge. Just,
Bro, don't think that like hugging your kid with like 8 arrows in you is gonna give a good image. Like you're done though.
I think bows in this.
I
are kinda
also
overrated.
made
Everybody's
multiple-
really accurate with bows in
Yeah.
this. You're all shoot him in the leg. Bah! Riddle.
Although
We
the-
got him.
Although the whole crossbow thing was pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
I like how they were like, "What is this?" And you're like, "Hey, they don't know what crossbows are."
Yeah,
That's
they,
nice.
they don't do crossbows.
That's good historical.
Also, Parker's already brought it up, but I have twice on here mentioned how good the animation in the show is. It is fabulous. The animation
I
is
do
very
really like
good.
The art style.
Okay, yeah, no, I mean it's a good. So the art style is kind of basic. Like it's a really kind of basic art style.
Yeah.
Just everybody, but like I mean it's good.
Mhm.
The water looks pretty.
The water
water
does
does
look
look
pretty.
really
The water,
Water looks
Ooh.
pretty.
especially in that first
Also-
opening when it starts and it like pans out over the water.
Really, really
Yeah.
important. The
Oh,
matte, the matte blood. Good. I like the way the blood looks. 'Cause that's the other thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like bright pink and all shooting everywhere, and you're all.
Also for a Viking shore, not as gory as I would have thought. They didn't show as much. They did a lot of off-screen blood.
That's true.
I mean, they had some decapitated heads flying.
They
Yeah.
also like, get like bisected a lot.
Yeah.
It's like, I hate you. You want to cut you halfway in half.
That's fair. But like, also, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, they had CGI moments in the show
I did realize that too.
with like giant amounts of the guys.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I was
Yeah, you
like,
definitely are
did
all-
you spend too much money on the water?
the water CGI took up 50% of the budget.
Like, I mean, the people CGI. It was only when they're like panning over big armies, but it was really noticeable.
Yeah. I find that a lot in anime where you're like, oh yeah, it really looks nice, and then it's just CGI. You're I know it's like a meaningless quick shot.
It reminds me of Army of Darkness. Have you ever seen the? It's the Evil Dead, like the third one, made by Sam Raimi.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, or Army of Night. I think it's Darkness.
I think it's Army of Darkness.
Yeah, it's like super cheesy, like CG skeletons fighting.
Yeah.
And it just becomes like
It just looks goofy.
Yeah, it just looks goofy, and that's what I think like CG does to this stuff. It just makes it look good. Like I've seen there's a show called Aijin on Netflix,
Okay.
which is an entirely CG show, and it's like kind of horror-y, but it's pretty good. Like it's good CG.
Mhm.
And there's ways to do good CG, and it's just like not that.
Yeah. I think that especially like I don't think the anime style quite fits like CG. Like I think you could do CG anime because I've seen like I remember on Netflix before I really got into anime I watched Harlock Space Pirate and that was all CG and it was just kind of in the style of general anime,
Okay.
but it wasn't like a lot of times they'll go like it's like an anime but 3D and CG. So it doesn't look quite right. Where
Yeah,
it's like,
it
you're
is-
just taking a drawing and like puffing it out and it looks
Yeah.
kind of weird.
When they do it like that, it just doesn't look
Yeah,
right.
But if you just do it in the style, it kind of works.
Also, I forget what it was, but when we were watching towards the end, there was some background music or like some sound stuff.
It was
Oh,
the
yeah.
piano.
Yeah,
Because
the piano.
you said, God damn it, the piano.
Yeah, there was too much. I did not like the sound design in the show. It was just over
The
the
screaming.
Yeah, the screaming and just there was like so much piano. They were like, oh, "There's gonna be a dramatic scene." Boom, 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 boom. And you're like, okay.
I think I only noticed that at the end, where I was
That's
like,
because that's when most of the drama stuff
Yeah,
was.
that's when I realized, oh, the show is about to end because it was like, doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
And
oh,
like,
I guess this is and then he drops this thing and he goes into the flashback and then random boat
Yeah.
with random guy who we don't know. Which
Yeah,
means
no.
that somebody else is
That
on
guy
the
did. I
question
didn't know
mark?
that. I didn't recognize that dude.
Neither did
Was
I.
it
And I
Thor kill? Like,
No,
older?
no,
I
no,
don't...
no,
no.
It was a red-haired dude, right?
Yeah, it was a red.
Yeah, it was right here, dude. I just, like...
Thorkill does not get red hair as he goes older.
I mean, his dad has brown hair, so you never know.
You mean
Wait,
Thorfinn?
Thorfinn?
Thorfinn, yeah.
Yeah.
Not
No,
Thorfinn,
no.
Thorfinn,
A lot
yeah.
of Thors.
Yeah, a lot of Thors.
I think I don't know. Maybe that's the next antagonist. Is the
Maybe
guy
Thor
who's
himself
setting
is
up
the
a
next
rival.
antagonist.
Oh.
Like the god?
Yeah, there's a lot of Thors, so I figure they might as well just include the OG.
Fair enough.
Or maybe I don't know. I'm waiting for the moment where they flip the script and it's like now Thorfinn's the bad guy because he's whatever been consumed by
I'm
his
waiting
rage.
for more sea battles. Like,
Sea battles?
not gonna lie,
For a show about Vikings, it was a lot about, like, let's march through the English countryside.
the first battle. I mean, it was way too one-sided for. I mean, obviously they have to have like some sort of
They gotta show that he's the legendary
plot armor and
Viking.
the legendary
Yeah.
figure. But it was still dope, and you can tell who's a main character by if they can jump from boat to boat. I was telling Big Frank this. I guess I'll call you that now. But like you could tell because Thor came down and destroyed the bridges between the boats. But who can jump across the boat but Askeladd and Bjorn or whatever? And
Yeah.
you're like, oh wow.
Well, at least Bjorn
Wonder
was
who the
on
main
drugs.
characters are.
Actually,
Yeah,
At
no,
least Bjorn was on
Bjorn gets
drugs.
thrown.
Bjorn's my favorite. Oh yeah, he does.
Yeah,
Bjorn's my favorite
he gets
character
yeeted.
because he's a shrooms guy. He loves
He
drugs.
does
He's just
shrooms.
He's my
Yeah.
guy. He's like that friend that you invite over, and then you're like, bro, we're gonna have fun. And then they're like, do you do drugs? And you're like, oh, we're gonna have more fun.
Just do you do drugs? More fun.
That's that friend. That's Bjorn.
Mhm.
Sorry, I don't endorse drugs, kids.
Drugs are bad, okay?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that might be. I mean, maybe the red-haired guy is the new guy. Maybe
I don't
Thorfinn.
know why they don't need new
I haven't
guys.
read
They
the
still have a
manga.
lot
Maybe
of
he's
plot lines
Harold.
to close up.
I just don't know anything
could be
about this
Harold,
plot,
actually.
I guess, but it was
I
him
feel like if he
being
was
going
Harold-
to Vinland, so it's somebody who was
Also, if it was Harold, I feel like he would have had like
Going
an
to-
army on his boat or something.
Well, that might have just been well, he could have been like a front boat or something.
That's fair.
A lot of
maybe
Vikings
it's
take it among
Leif
themselves to do
Erikson's
so.
son.
Could be. It could be Leif.
John Erickson.
John. Eric the Red. Or was that Leif
That's his
Erikson's
dad, I
dad?
think, right?
Was that?
That's his dad, I think.
I don't remember Viking history that well.
Yeah, neither do I.
Okay, but
Except for that History Channel, they're everywhere. They're in Minnesota.
aliens.
The Vikings.
Oh, I
Skull.
thought
They
they
have,
had-
there's that.
Skull. Skull Champ.
like SKOLL.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Skull.
SKOL.
Oh yeah.
Skull. It's a Viking chant, and the Minnesota Viking fans do it. But it's like an actual like old Viking
Listen.
chant. Skull.
After
Yeah.
watching this show, I don't want anything to do with Vikings.
No, it didn't really advertise them that well, did they?
Yeah.
Oh,
solid.
A funny
2
moment
out of 10
today at
on
work. We were talking, and this guy points at the Mulan poster, and he's like, "Isn't she Japanese? Because she's like a samurai or whatever." And I'm all, "She's not a samurai."
No, she
She's
said
Chinese.
she said the Hong Kongers are going too far and that they should accept China's police help.
The
Mulan did?
actress.
Yeah,
Oh,
she was
uh-oh.
probably forced by the guy. I mean, okay, that's a
Forced at gunpoint by the
that's a different topic entirely.
We're just
but
going way off track.
Yeah,
I just don't like the fact that they didn't end Mushu.
Mushi. Yeah.
That's a big L.
R.I.P.
See, that's what okay, that's what this show could use.
A
It's
dragon?
like a
Talking
little
dragon?
dragon. Yeah,
They have a dragon, Josh. It's,
They
when
ha-
they're
it's the
fighting
vote.
Normans.
Yeah,
It's
with
the
the funny
boat.
the Normans. Yeah.
Yeah.
they
Dude,
could
that,
use.
Dude, that.
Bro, that would be
I
such
love
great.
That
That'd be
scene in that shot
of the
like, it's a
boat,
close-up
like,
on,
cresting
yeah,
the
it's a close up
waterfall.
on Askeladd, and it's like him. You can see that he's sailing on the thing, and then it zooms out, and they're all just running with the fucking boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, oh, that's a cool
That
shot.
was pretty funny, because like he would be that dick that,
That-
stands in the boat to make it heavier
Yeah.
for everyone else
Yeah.
to carry him.
that
But he
whole
looked real
fight
badass.
with the Normans was, I thought, pretty good. I thought
The
that was one of
siege?
the stronger. Yeah, like that whole siege of that
Yeah, I
city
like
was
that one.
pretty good.
However, what's with anime and that like character design of like the prince or whatever, where they all have like the real round, wide head, and they're like super fat and super short.
Oh yeah, the dude with the mouth.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like the
freaking
mouth, like
hated
the
that, the
size
general,
of their
yeah.
face.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen that in multiple things, and I'm like, that character design always freaks you the fuck out.
It's
I
so
don't
bad.
Like it. It's really
It's
weird.
just like
It just
I
was to
think
like
it's a way of them,
signify
like,
greed.
greed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like gluttonous and whatever. Yeah, greed.
I'm not.
It's way too obvious of a thing. Also, I do not like characters that have the same eyelash/brow color as
Oh,
their
yeah.
hair.
That was the weird thing
Because
about
I
the
don't
art
think
design
blonde
that they
people,
did.
even
I
in real
lit.
life, have that blonde of like eyelashes and stuff. I mean, they don't have that blonde of hair, regardless. Like that's
True.
just way too light. But like,
It is a bit weird.
I mean,
I did
blonde
notice that a couple times, especially in the
yeah, but
close-ups.
it's darker.
Especially in the close-ups where it's like, it's kind of obvious. You're like, it looks weird that it's just got like a blonde kind of thing over.
Yeah,
his
it
eye.
should be darker. Like it should
Yeah.
just be darker. Because half the time I can't tell if there's like a paintbrush over his eyes or like if it's just
Paintbrush.
some other random stuff. Alright, what you got? What you got more on notes?
I don't know, Frank, do you have any more notes?
Not anything that would be
Relevant?
relevant or
I
helpful.
thought you literally said, "Oh, I'm gonna take notes," and you took like 7,000 notes for the first 4 episodes we watched.
He
Yeah,
didn't.
yeah,
He
but they're
took,
all
like,
terrible.
6 notes.
We'll
say
read
them.
some of them off.
90%
I
mean,
of
I
them
really-
are sheep.
really, like, over half of these notes are just from episode 1.
Really?
And, yeah, and none of them
Well,
are helpful.
let's start from the top. What happens in episode 1? Go.
Okay, subpar OP, beautiful animation. These are just my notes.
These are just fundamental.
Beautiful
aspects of the
animation,
show.
though. Slow start. I mean, I did mention that. I don't think we've gotten to that. The first episode is pretty slow, especially compared to the rest of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah, I think I think it really slows down at the beginning and the end.
yeah.
And then in the middle, it's hitting its stride. I think that's where the best stuff is. Probably starting with fighting the Normans.
This was
but then
before I realized that this.
after they get out of Wales.
This is before I realized that this show was not gonna even remotely take place in Vinland. But I wrote a show about Vikings set in America, made by Japanese people, but didn't wind up going to America.
No, it's
It's
a
set in
show.
Britain.
Canada.
It's a show
About
where they
Vikings
want
set
to
in
get to
Britain,
yeah.
America, and they're in Britain.
Yeah.
Made by Japanese.
So really, they could have called the show "The Pursuit of Happiness."
The already aforementioned Leif Erikson
think
equals
that's
simp
copyrighted.
question mark.
But what about with a Y instead of an I?
When the sheep first showed up, Parker said sheepcoon. I already mentioned that, but I also said ram bam thank you ma'am.
That's not really a note. That's more of
Excellent,
just
yeah.
like.
A memory.
Thanks
a
for
comment.
Frank's
Yeah, yeah.
commentary out here.
I got you. And then I wrote Gooseland Saga when there were some
when the
geese.
geese
Oh
flew
yeah,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of geese.
It just said Gooseland
They didn't
Saga.
even, no. There's not a lot of geese. In episode 1, there was some geese that flew
Yeah,
over a
yeah.
lake, and then Frank decided to put gooselands. That made it over any other notes about him.
Okay, episode 2 just has 2 notes. It says episode 2, the one that was boring, and then no notes. That's my note. No notes.
Also, to be fair, the time intervals for the marching is kind of whack. Like, when they're marching, they're like, it'll take us a week. And then they're like, oh, they're a day behind us. And then, like, over the course of the episode, that day and that week passes, like, simultaneously. And you're like, what?
in episode 3, I said
Kinda.
Seagull Land Saga, because there were lots of seagulls.
There's, like, one.
There was a bunch in episode
What
3.
Okay, what episode does Thor's die in? That's
Episode 3.
Episode 3?
It's episode 3, because that's when it was. Or no, he dies in episode 4. They're going into like the little crevice in the
Yeah.
Faroe
Wait,
Islands,
what's episode
and there's
2?
all the
I
seagulls.
also thought that it should
Episode
have
2
been
is
half
preparing
as-
to leave and dealing with the other guy who shows up to
Oh,
take the
yeah.
slave.
I think it would have done
Well, no,
better
that's
as a
episode
show to be an hour long and do 12 episodes. Because so much I'd be like watching something and then it'd be like, here's the battle. And then it'd be like, boom, in the middle of the battle. I'm all, okay, I gotta start a whole nother episode. I gotta skip through the
Cliffhangers, Parker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but there's so many, and then it's like when you have 4 things to do one
Also,
battle.
to
you're
be
all, holy
fair,
fuck.
I got to the end of the episodes and I was like, thank God. I'm done for now.
So Josh didn't like this show.
The,
Well, no, he did because he gave it 6, but he just didn't like watching it.
yeah.
To
Well,
be
to
fair,
be
you do
fair,
have to grade.
I was put on a time constraint and I was drinking, so.
That's fair.
I was also on a time constraint. I will say, when you're on a time constraint, it was less enjoyable when I was cramming it in the middle of the night.
Yeah. But, I mean,
I
we had
was
to
not
start
on a
somewhere,
time
right?
constraint, but I did participate in the drinking. Just throwing that out there.
What else do you have written down?
Oh, so after Seagull Land Saga, the only 2 things that are left are Episode 5, The Return of Sheepcoon, and Episode 8, Sheepcoon is back.
Okay, also.
You only took notes about an offhand
The sheep.
response I made.
Yeah,
It was just about the sheep.
So really, you wanted to make a commentary track, not take notes.
Yeah.
I mean, it started out with the intention of taking notes, but it went downhill
There
very
are literally
quickly.
no
You
notes
only
in
have,
there.
like,
It's just
2
commentary.
No, no,
notes.
the first 3 things are subpar OP, beautiful animation, slow start. Those
Okay,
are actual
read
notes.
read the commentary, which is the entirety of the rest of it.
Yeah, and then it goes, show about a Viking set in America made by Japs.
Okay,
That
thanks
was
for-
wrong.
thanks for the exposition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then it went downhill with Leif Erikson equals simp, Ram Bam Thank You Ma'am, Sheep Coon by Parker, I did say this. Even in an anime about Vikings, Japanese people still have a sister thing. When Thorfinn wakes up with his sister in his bed, he's like, sleep in your own damn bed.
I mean, to be fair, they probably didn't have that much space.
That might be
That's
realist.
fair.
Yeah.
fair.
But
He says sleep in your own damn bed, which insinuates that she has her own bed.
that's fair. Also,
But they also are in fucking Iceland. I bet you it's fucking cold.
That's fair.
I mean, I did
sometimes
hesitate
they
at first
call
because
it
I was like,
cold.
is this weird? And I was like, oh, probably not. I mean, it's a warm.
Yeah.
Probably not.
I mean, I think there are definitely more.
I was just
anime
pointing it
moments
out, yeah.
in this than that moment. Like,
Oh, 100%.
What's it when he's getting his hair brushed and he's all blush and you're all, okay, I don't need the
Did he actually
super
blush?
Yes.
Yeah, he had like anime schoolgirl blush.
Oh God.
And you're all, really? My
okay.
psycho murderer.
Next season is gonna start with him in Vinland. They've opened a church, a school. He's gonna run with a piece of toast in his mouth, and then he's gonna bump into his crush at the front of the school on his way to prayer. And Thorfinn's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm sorry,
Thorfinn,
Thor Galley."
They wind up in the same club.
Thorgalia. Oh yeah, and then they join I don't know Viking club or rape and pillage club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's horrifying.
It is pretty horrifying. The raping and pillaging, like I felt bad for these poor English people, like all
Just
the time.
getting
I know, and
slaughtered.
then Askeladd was like, "Your descendants beat up my descendants, so this is fair." And I was like,
Yeah, oh yeah. When the guy's like, "Oh, just leave," and you're all, "Actually, you stupid Saxons, we're gonna get fact checked."
"Yeah, I mean, like, bro,
I was a big fan of that scene. What Wales represent.
he's just like genocide for everybody who hates on Wales. Let's do it right
Apparently,
I'm down. Yeah.
now." Wales sucks.
Dude,
Fuck you.
R.I.P. those 3 guys who get impaled by the huge spear from like.
Okay,
from
like,
Thor-
a
Thor-
mile
Thor-
away.
His throwing, way too dumb. Way too dumb.
I did really like the idea though.
The rocks? God.
That was
come on.
real funny.
No,
That was real
I,
funny.
I liked the big ass
Chucking
tree
rocks.
limb. I was like, I
Yeah.
guess if you do have a giant, that would make sense.
Yeah.
You go, yeah, fuck you.
Drop the log on
Yeah,
your
drop the
boat.
log
Yeah.
off the side of
And
a
then it
bridge.
cut. It cut after the first one.
Oh yeah.
Like, I kind of want to see him rapid firing those. Like, machine gun Thor out here. Yeah, that would...
Can we also bring out? We have not yet mentioned the part where Parker mentioned the whole brushing his hair scene, but the fact that they were talking in Danish and English,
Both in Japanese.
both in Japanese,
Yeah.
couldn't
Okay.
really tell.
Yeah, they should. They might have used dialects, but like when he was like, "How do you say blank in English?" and then he returned with the same exact words.
Yeah, you're like, and when he says run, and then later on he's like, I told you in English. I'm like, how was I supposed to know?
Well, in that part, you kind of.
I mean, you would assume he would
stumbles
say,
and he's like, run.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure like
that's true.
the
I'm just saying,
subtitles might have messed it
how
up
am
a
I
little bit
supposed to
too.
know? Yeah.
But if they would have tried to do like the English in English, because I know voice actors do English in shows. Like I've heard it's bad before. But like, I mean,
that would make it sound like old English. You just do like an actual Japanese person who doesn't speak English, just pronouncing English words.
yeah, exactly.
Run,
So
run,
like, I mean, like they could have tried to like implement that to like at least make it more distinct.
Yeah, I also that's the other English chick who just exists and is like, you're bad, and then the mom's like, nah, he's not bad. He's my dead son. And then
He's my dead son.
Okay,
and
yeah.
then she's all, she's not your dead son, and then they're dead.
Yeah, did they die? Did they?
We don't know. You don't see.
The mom disappears.
The episode ends with the mom dropping the
sister or whatever. The
thing.
daughter is out in the.
somewhere
Okay.
uptown,
Chilling.
yeah. But the mom drops the comb on the ground, and that's where the
yes,
episode
the comb
cuts.
breaks.
For the amount of people that are against rape and pillaging in that show, they still rape and pillage a lot.
Yeah, a little bit.
Also, no. So what about the king? Right?
Oh,
There's this whole king guy. Yeah.
Seaman.
We don't see his face until the end, and when we see it, I'm like, can you please just go back to shadowing his face?
Yeah. All pimply and.
Get off of Instagram.
You see it before the.
Get off of
the end.
Instagram.
I'm gonna have to take your phone, Frank.
How am I supposed to look at my notes if I can't see my phone part?
Oh, don't worry, we've already gone over your notes. You don't need them anymore.
Sheep is back. Sheep is back
Yeah,
again.
sorry, you're talking about some sheep somewhere. Oh, sorry, a Welshman is obsessed with his sheep, Frank.
Of
Well
course.
done. Well
Way
done.
to play into stereotypes. Now
Yeah.
just have your
Mhm.
sheep kid, half sheep, half human, and then we'll get over this. shit.
sheep kid. That's kind of gross.
I mean,
Kid is
I
a
mean,
goat, Josh.
Sorry.
Is that a farmyard joke?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Honestly, since I didn't like the show, I didn't really have much to say about it. But I mean,
I mean, talked a good bit about it. It's been 55 minutes.
That's true.
Has it really?
Yeah.
That's solid podcast length.
Boom.
You can listen to this in the car ride. You're gonna need to edit out like half of what we say though.
It hasn't been so bad for editing.
I mean,
But-
banter is appropriate for podcasts.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
That's why I'm here. Friendly neighborhood bands.
Favorite neighborhood band. Well, maybe next time we'll find out that we all enjoy that. We'd be inclined. And maybe
All right.
we can
So
take
what's-
notes
what's
about
the-
non-sheep.
So what's the plan for next time, right? So
yeah.
when are we gonna do something about...
So somebody needs to pick.
So next time, yeah, we could start.
I'll
doing
start.
The
Josh is
is
volunteering to
claiming-
start.
I'm way more of a... Well, okay, I was gonna say way more of a weeb than you guys. Probably not. I've just seen more.
the anime expert.
I'll be the resident anime expert. I'll fact check you guys.
Okay.
So actually, Naruto
No.
is a
Naruto
kid in
and
the first
Sasuke.
one, and then in the second one he's
More like
still a kid.
Sasuke. Ooh.
Got him.
We're gonna have to like prefix this or like head this with like random anime shit, and then Vinland Saga.
Yeah. No, it'd be more like 3 guys talking, also somewhat about Vinland Saga.
I mean, we've talked about Vinland Saga quite a bit.
It's like a frame story, right?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be mildly about Vinland Saga, but you'll have to have other things in it.
I mean,
Yeah,
to be fair, the show wasn't interesting enough to really have like it didn't have that many more dynamic plots other than the one that was going on. There's a lot of other shows that balance like multiple like character arcs going on.
The
at
B
same-
plot in this is like,
really,
I guess would be Askeladd's story, which really ended up being the A plot,
Yeah.
and then the B plot became the main character's story.
Yeah, and then that wasn't
That
really
didn't really
much.
go
It was
anywhere,
just
yeah.
him following and dueling and losing.
Yeah.
Did he win a fight?
He beat
The
Thor,
captain in the
He
beginning.
beat Thorkel.
Okay,
and
he
and
cheated.
he kills the feather
he
guy.
cheated.
Well, he also only wins against Thorkel with
Because
Askeladd's
Askeladd's
help.
help.
Yeah, he cheated.
But
Yeah.
That kind of goes against all. Okay, to be fair, that goes against all of what Thorfinn is doing everything for. The fact that Askeladd killed his dad in a dishonorable way, and then he wins a duel in a dishonorable way.
well, no. He's the only thing he cares about is killing Askeladd.
So I think he was willing to
Do this to save Askeladd so
to
that
be
he
a
could
little bit
kill
of a
Askeladd.
hypocrite, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
no, because
But no, it's kinda like-
Askeladd mentions in his backstory how he just straight up kills his dad in his sleep.
and his mom.
Yeah.
And his
I-
mom.
I didn't
well,
say
no,
that.
No, not
that's not
his
his mom.
mom.
That's
Sorry.
his wife's bitch.
Stepmom.
His dad's mistress or
Yeah,
wife
whatever.
or
Stepmom.
whatever.
Slave.
It's
I
the
don't
main
know
mom
what it is at
for
that point.
It's his married wife.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Because that's what he says.
'cause the other one's
real
a slave,
sons, Yeah,
right?
the only 2 get names are from his married wife.
Yeah, but
That doesn't mean that's the one he's sleeping with that night, though. Just throw it out there. They say he has a lot of kids with other women.
so anyways,
Okay.
Askeladd kills him in his sleep, and
Yeah.
Thorfinn's all about doing it in a duel to keep up,
That's
like,
true.
so, like, he's doing honor in that regard, like, he's upholding the honor in that regard, because he
Mhm.
doesn't want to be, like, dishonorable, like Askeladd
It's
is.
kind of true that he does kind of have.
Because Askeladd's his example for a horrible
Yes,
human
but
being.
Yeah.
his only goal, his only driving motivation throughout this entire season is kill Askeladd. And if he doesn't beat Thorkel in that fight, Thorkel's gonna kill him
I think,
and Askeladd.
I think that's
But
also
if
kind of
he-
his arc is getting like diluted in his way of that he no longer has the same principles he has like when he was just recently out of the event where he's
I feel like you could have replaced Thorfinn with, like, a stampeding boar and gotten, like, the same effect.
stampeding boar could probably get a rabbit.
It's probably true.
Probably quite
Don't think it would eat it though.
Boars,
really?
I think pigs eat everything.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure boars are known to eat, like, be omnivores.
Yeah, but I don't think they hunt things.
I mean, yeah, but if you get in the way of, like, Timon and Pumbaa. If you get in the way of Pumbaa, he's about to...
Puma.
Pumbaa.
Jesus.
The Lion King.
I think they eat like bugs and such.
I mean, they do in that one.
Yeah, I
Because it's
think that's
PG.
what pigs eat in actuality. I don't think pigs are like walking around eating like dead squirrels that they find.
I think
That's all I'm
pigs
saying.
eat everything.
I don't know. I've seen some Nature is Metal videos about, like, them eating carcasses and shit, because that stuff is weird.
What's it in Kingdom Come Deliverance? You have to throw bodies into the pig. Oh no, it's in Red Dead where you throw bodies into the pig pen and they'll eat them.
Red Dead 2 or 1?
2.
Ah, the game that no one wants to play.
I played it and it was real good.
I can't control it.
If my Xbox
And also-
will work,
Controls are
I can
funky.
play
And
it.
also,
Wait, we're getting off track. We're not talking about video games.
Also, so Josh, you said you wanted to go. Do you have a show picked out?
yes.
Okay.
Have a show picked out. First, let's do final thoughts on Vinland Saga.
Final thoughts on Vinland Saga.
I said 7, 8. I'll probably lean more toward a 7. A 7 out of 10. I think its strongest thing is Askeladd, the characters. I think the plot is only good because of the characters. I think the characters are well written. They have at least somewhat motivating things, and are it's an interesting way of it to go. I didn't expect there to be like a weird Welsh connection and things like that. However,
That was kind of a plot
when-
twist that was spoiled by him for me. So as a
was
twist,
it this guy? He texted me Askeladd the goat, and I was like, okay, and I thought that meant he was gonna do something cool. And then when I saw him do something cool, I texted him back, Askeladd the goat, and he said, "Why do you think I think Askeladd's the goat?" And I said, "Because he does cool stuff or whatever." And then I said, "Oh wait, no, because he's Welsh."
Yeah.
That's all that it qualifies. What if Hitler was Welsh?
He wasn't.
But if he
He was.
was, would he be the goat?
No. But it doesn't matter because he was Austrian.
well, to be fair, Hitler killed Hitler.
That is true.
So, anyways,
Anyway, so
Your final
I'm
thoughts.
7 to 8, probably leaning more towards an 8. I liked Askeladd. I thought most of the rest of the characters were kind of flat, but I enjoyed it. Looking forward to a possible second season. I don't know if it's been confirmed yet, but
it's
I assume it'll happen.
I think
yeah.
it's confirmed for
especially
four.
with its success.
For
For
4.
4 seasons. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm hype. I'll watch them.
What? They don't do that. They do it like season by season, don't
No, they definitely do it. I mean, Fire Force also is confirmed for another 4 seasons.
I don't know.
I think long running big like things that they're like they probably run it for a season and then they're like, okay, this is clearly
Well,
doing
when
well. We're gonna go ahead and do
when
our-
I watched My Hero supremely succeeded in its like initial season, but I don't think it was immediately confirmed for a bunch of seasons. It just kept on running.
Sure. I mean, I don't think that. I think for My Hero, they probably didn't do it in like such a big lump. 'Cause I think they still wanted to gauge it season by season. I think it might depend on the studio.
Well, also, how much is the Vinland Saga source material?
It's a book.
huge
Is it done?
manga. Yeah, it's done. It's like so it's been around forever. This is supposed to have been like one of the untouched mangas that like nobody's dared to try to adapt. Which, to their credit, the studio I've never heard about, Studio Wit.
Yeah.
Didn't they
With
do World Trigger?
You're the anime expert.
I don't know.
Studio Wit, hadn't heard of them. It was pretty good.
22 bound volumes of Vinland
22
Saga.
bound volumes of the
But,
manga.
Yeah, that's a
a lot
lot.
of source material.
A lot of
But
source
okay, so
material.
my final thoughts. Probably actually leaning more towards a 5 now that I got to talk about it.
Okay.
Strongest point, in my opinion, definitely the visuals. But I hate the anime crazy eyes.
Oh, Thorfinn's a real
And
person.
I really don't like the characters of the show in general. I mean, I guess Askeladd was done and Thorfinn was decently done.
Oh, Thorfinn also.
As I talk about it, Thorfinn kind of reflects less as a good character to be. More, I guess Askeladd was. He just got more of the
Hey
attention.
guys, want to
He
hear
got
a
so much more of the
shocker?
attention. No,
The real life Thorfinn
died with his dad.
went to Vinland. Shocker.
You just spoiled all 3 seasons.
What, you thought he wasn't gonna get there?
Yeah, we never knew. Maybe he gets killed. Maybe he's
Yeah.
the bad guy, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just saying.
He should be the bad guy. That'd be good.
Yeah, I think that's probably what they've kind of lined. Because there's at the end of this.
What? No.
At the end of this, he doesn't really get his like big character pivot moment where he's like,
I mean,
"Oh,
he does.
I don't need to murder people."
Well, he
starts
like
to
stares
kill
up at
Canute.
he stares up at the pigeon or the seagull or whatever, and is like, "Woo, I can go now."
I guess. I guess he kind of gets that, but he doesn't ever have a moment where he like.
that Curtis?
I've been
That's
wrong,
horrible.
and I can go forward.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
still tries to murder Canute and screams.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. Canute got more development than Thor.
It was
did.
alright. Canute.
That's kind of sad.
Mhm.
Okay. So next time,
Yeah, the next time.
C-Nut.
What are you gonna pick?
Steins Gate.
Steins Gate.
Going even higher up on my anime list charts.
Mm.
So actually, you guys are just gonna be disappointed by every other show you pick to watch.
Is that a season?
It's one season. It's like 24 episodes. They have another one that's another 24 episodes, but that's like a.
I saw Steins
That's a
Gate
B-plot.
Dotto or whatever.
Yeah, it's a B plot.
Mm.
You'll understand it when you watch the show. But Steins
Alright.
Gate, it's time travel.
It's on
and
my list to be
it's cool.
watched anyway.
And the characters are multi-dimensional. All of them, mostly. All of them.
I'm gonna write down nothing but one-dimensional characters I find in the show. Bartender who says, "Hey, boom, one-dimensional character."
I don't think they go to a bar. They might. He drinks a lot.
Sorry.
I think.
Drinks. Spoiler
Ba-
alert!
bathhouse
I don't know if he drinks. I
caretaker.
don't remember if he drinks a lot. All I remember is it's sad. I
All
saw it a
I
while.
remember
I
is
saw it.
it's
I
sad.
saw it a while ago.
Great.
Jeez. That's like every goddamn highly rated anime on the anime list. It's sad.
Bro, no, we gotta watch Clannad at some point because that shit's dope.
That shit is dope and
I hear
real
it's really
sad.
funny.
The no,
The first season's real funny.
90% of it's comedy, and the other 10% just hits you at the end like a semi truck.
Of course.
In a head-on collision.
It's like you're at a circus and you're laughing at all the clowns, and then
A
a
clown
train
is a
runs
clown.
into the circus and you all die. It's great.
You mean like how you described the Running Girl Senpai movie to me?
Yeah, I literally felt like I got hit by a train.
I feel like I got shot, and then I got hit by a train, and then somebody came back and shot me after I got hit by the train.
Facts.
You just really like getting hit by trains.
Alright.
Alright, well, it was good.
It was.
It was litty, it was good,
Fair,
it was
enough.
alright.
I mean, honestly, 5 out of 10.
5 out of 8, you know.
So you're saying Vinland Saga was better than this podcast, Josh?
No, Vinland's also a 5. That's what I meant with the 5 out of 10.
Vinland Saga was a 6 out of 10.
It was before we started talking about
That
it.
was his,
You
that was his
you
thing,
were like,
and then the
"Ah, this
discussion
bad."
brought
Yeah,
it down.
Because I reflected on how much I actually didn't appreciate everything.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Good night.
I don't like that.
Wait.
It's
Good
been-
night, Santa Monica.
Good night, Eastern United States.
What about the Western United
Deuces.
States?
Nah, they get to be fucked.
They get coronavirus.
Yeah.
L.
So, okay, what are your thoughts on coronavirus?
Coronavirus podcast, topical.